In a small, vibrant town nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a young girl named Elara. Born without the ability to speak, Elara was a mute child, but her eyes held a depth of expression that spoke volumes. Though she could not utter a word, Elara had a profound connection to the world of sound, particularly music. Music was her voice, her language, and her way of understanding the world around her. Elara lived with her grandmother, a kind and wise woman who had once been a celebrated violinist. From a young age, Elara would sit by her grandmother's side, feeling the vibrations of the strings and the warmth of the melodies that filled their small cottage. Despite her silence, Elara could sense the emotions within the music: joy, sorrow, love, and hope. The townspeople often whispered about her, calling her the silent songbird, but they knew little of the magic that dwelled within her. Elara's only friend was a stray cat she had named Lyric. Lyric seemed to understand Elara's silence, often curling up beside her as she sat by the window, listening to the wind chimes that her grandmother had hung outside. The chimes played a soft, soothing melody whenever the wind blew, and Elara would close her eyes, letting the music wash over her. One day, as Elara wandered through the woods near her home, she stumbled upon a clearing she had never seen before. At the center of the clearing stood an ancient tree with branches that seemed to reach out to the sky. As she approached the tree, Elara felt a strange sensation in her chest, as if something deep within her was awakening. Suddenly, a single musical note escaped from her mind, floating into the air. The note was soft and pure, echoing through the clearing like a whisper. To her amazement, the flowers around the tree began to bloom, their petals unfurling in time with the note. Elara watched in awe as the note faded, leaving behind a sense of peace and wonder. From that day on, Elara discovered that she could communicate with the world through music. Her thoughts and emotions manifested as musical notes that could influence the environment around her. A happy thought would create a bright, cheerful melody, causing the sun to shine a little brighter. A sad memory would produce a mournful tune, making the rain fall gently from the sky. Word of Elara's gift soon spread throughout the town. People would come to see her, hoping to hear the magical notes that she could create. But Elara was shy and preferred to keep to herself, only sharing her music with Lyric and the few close friends she had made. One evening, as she played by the window, Elara noticed a stranger in town. He was a tall, slender man dressed in a long coat, carrying a violin case. The man had a mysterious air about him, and Elara felt drawn to him in a way she couldn't explain. The stranger, sensing her gaze, looked up and smiled, a warm yet enigmatic expression that made her heart skip a beat. The next day, the man appeared in the town square and began to play his violin. The music was unlike anything Elara had ever heard, hauntingly beautiful, with a depth of emotion that resonated with her soul. As the man played, Elara felt her own musical notes responding, creating harmonies that danced in the air. Intrigued by the connection she felt with the musician, Elara followed him after his performance. She discovered that his name was Orion, and he had traveled far and wide in search of something that he could not name. Orion, too, was drawn to Elara, sensing the power within her. Orion and Elara began to spend more time together, communicating through music rather than words. Orion would play his violin, and Elara's notes would intertwine with his melodies, creating a symphony that only they could hear.